Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning everyone. I hope you are doing great and I hope you are safe and sound and healthy. So welcome back to the class of computer. In this class we are going to learn some of the new things. So let's get started that what we are going to do. Today we are going to start our new chapter and the name of the new chapter is algorithm. The name of the chapter is algorithm. That is going to be your sixth chapter and it is on page number 19 of your computer's book. So up till now we have covered 5 chapters so far. Now it's time to learn about algorithm. That is going to be very easy for you. So let's get started. Dear kids, this chapter is of only one page, so only few things we are going to learn in this chapter, and things to learn are algorithm. What is algorithm? The definition of algorithm, steps of algorithm, and examples. So let's start with the clear and easiest definition of algorithm. Algorithm is a noun. If we talk about what kind of part of a speech it is, so it's a noun, and algorithm means it's a set of steps to accomplish a task. So simply it's a process to do a task. That process would include some of the steps. So what is algorithm? If we talk about in the context of mathematics and computer sciences, an algorithm is a finite sequence of well-defined computer implementable instructions, typically to solve a class of problems or to perform a computation. Simple is that in mathematical and computer sciences, algorithm is a finite sequence. Okay, it is basically a sequence of well-defined and computer implementable instructions. For example, if we want to do a task, we can divide that task in a finite sequence. So that would be known as algorithm. Here comes the definition according to the book. So according to our book of computer, an algorithm is a logical sequence of instructions for carrying out a task. In our daily life, when we want to do any job, we first form a logical structure in our mind that how we would do that work or job in the shortest and easiest way. Then we divide it in different steps. So what is algorithm? Algorithm is a logical sequence. It's a sequence and that sequence would be logical. Why we are keeping the logical sequence? Because we want our task to be carried out or to be done. An algorithm describes the step-by-step action to solve a problem. We solve our problem in computer, we solve our problem in the field of mathematics. So the steps we follow, that is the algorithm, because we solve our problem step by step. And this logical sequence of the steps to carry out a task is called algorithm. Here I'm gonna tell you again the definition of algorithm because our book has or the chapter has only the definition of algorithm and the practice of few of the examples. So another definition is in front of you, and that is an algorithm has a well-defined sequence of steps. It is a well-defined sequence. Okay, it gives you an output and it will eventually terminate. Now again and again we are talking about the steps to carry out a task or logical sequence. So here we have an example, and that is the example of making tea. So here are the steps of making tea. Step number 1, boil the water. Step number 2, add sugar, milk, tea bag. Step number 3 is enjoy the tea. So this is how our tea looks like, and we have done this work, we have done this task in a logical sequence. We cannot directly enjoy the tea. We cannot directly add sugar, milk or tea bag. First what we have to do, we have to boil the water. Okay, so this is how we do our task in a logical sequence, and this logical sequence can help us to complete our task in a proper way. Making tea was the example from your book, and here we are going to have another example from the book, and that is steps for making omelette. Step number 1, omelette ingredients we have to collect. Step number 2, frying omelette. Then we will fry that omelette after adding all of the ingredients. Step number 3, omelette is ready. Okay, again you can see that you cannot directly fry all of the ingredients. First you have to collect the ingredients, then you will have the egg, and you will prepare it properly, then it would be fried and it would be ready in front of you. Now here we have an example of half fried egg, and you can see that the steps are different. Okay, we are not going to mix it with ingredients, we are directly just pouring this egg onto the frying pan. Okay,
You may have heard the term algorithm recently, whether it was online or maybe in some conversation about technology. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but what exactly does it mean? Well, simply put, an algorithm is a set of steps used to complete a specific task. They're the building blocks for programming, and they allow things like computers, smartphones, and websites to function and make decisions. But in addition to being used by technology, a lot of things we do on a daily basis are also similar to algorithms. Let's say you want to make some spaghetti. In order to do this successfully, there's a certain set of steps you need to follow in a particular order. First, you need to boil a pot of water. Once it's boiling, you then add the spaghetti and cook it for a set amount of time, stirring occasionally. Once it's finished, you drain the water and then it's ready to be served with a sauce of your choice. That entire process is actually an algorithm. Because you followed those steps in that order, you reached your desired outcome, a delicious pasta dish. But if you were to make a mistake, say over or undercooking your noodles, it probably wouldn't be as good. Programs work in a similar way. Their code is made up of algorithms telling them what to do. Let's say that we want to use a navigation app to get directions. When we punch in a destination, the app uses an algorithm to look at the various available routes. Next, it uses a different algorithm to check the current traffic. And then a third one takes that information and calculates the best available route. All of these algorithms are built right into the app's code. If there were any kind of error in that code, the app wouldn't be able to follow these algorithms correctly, meaning you wouldn't receive your directions. Both of these examples show how both humans and computers can use algorithms to perform everyday tasks. The difference is that computers can use algorithms and calculate things better, faster, and more efficiently than we can. Technology is only going to continue to evolve and get even better at what it does. As long as coding and programming continue to be used, algorithms will be at the heart of these technologies, guiding what they do and how they do it.
Pick up toothbrush.
An algorithm is a list of steps you give to computers to solve a problem or get something done. Imagine that you need to show someone how you brush your teeth so they can learn how to do it themselves. You would need to explain all the little steps you do in the right order so they can understand how to do it without getting confused. The instructions would go like this: 1. Open the toothpaste. 2. Put a bit of toothpaste on the toothbrush. 3. Open your mouth. 4. Brush your teeth nicely. 5. Rinse your mouth with water. 6. Smile. It is important to explain the right steps in the right order so you can get great results.
Now another example is there, and there is a daughter and mother conversation in which mother is asking to bring the water. So the daughter is thinking that she is going to bring the water, but she is going to do this task and some of the steps, and these are the steps. She would get up first, she would fetch a glass of water, and then it will be given to her mom. So this is how she has divided her task into some logical sequence. The chapter algorithm we started in today's class, and we are going to end up in the same class because this chapter does not have a lot of material. It has only the definition of algorithm and some of the examples. What you have to do is still you are going to read your book properly, you are going to highlight the important lines from there, and you are going to do your copy work very neat and cleanly. So thank you so much. Take care.